Good morning, Pastor Paul. Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Good morning, Pastor Paul. Happy birthday. Today's our pastor's birthday. We wish you many happy returns. More grace in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank God, for the grace to be here, to share an opportunity to share with us once again. Um, I just want to thank Pastor Taiwo Odukoya, the senior pastor of the Council of Life Church, and Pastor Namti, for obeying the voice of God and carrying out this great mission. And I want to thank Pastor Paul and Pastor Esther Briggs. They're doing amazing work. We work under them at Kingstone, and then they are doing an amazing work there. The Lord continue to grant you wisdom, understanding, and grace in Jesus' marvelous name. Amen. Please, as we start, I would encourage us to keep our mics mute. Keep your mics mute till the question and answer session. If you do have a question, please feel free to write them in the comment section, and then you will also have opportunities to ask questions during the question and answer session. Yeah. Can you please see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. All right, thank you. So, we are going to be talking briefly. I have just about 20-25 minutes, and we are going to be talking briefly about the pastor has shared with us, what the theme for this year's flavor or version of what the next conference is. It's about dominating, attracting new business, and we're going to be looking at your business as a whole, how do you set up your business, how do you sell your business, and then how do you fund your business, because I know that funding is one of the major challenges that people have, both for people in business and people out of business. Now, this session is very interesting because it applies to everybody. How be it if you are what's it called? If you are in business already, you already have an existing business, you need to put structures in your business. You need to sell your business. You need to raise funds to expand your business. If you are just starting out, you are just about to start a business, you need to ensure that your business is started on the right footing. You need to be sure that that you are able to sell your business, and your products and your services. And then you also, need to be able to raise funding to, even if it's from your pocket, whatever it is, you need to be able to raise funding for your business. Now, if you are working somewhere and you just want to have a side hustle, then again, this session is also applicable, because either a side hustle or a main hustle, business is business and the principles remain the same. You cannot say because your business is a side hustle, you will not need funding, or you will not need to sell the product or your services. So the principles remain the same. So no matter where you are in the in fact, let me dare to even say that even if you are working somewhere, you don't intend to start a business, yet you intend to create value for where you are working. That in itself is also, this session also applies, because you can chip in ideas, chip in innovation from the learnings from this session to your organization, to help the organization move forward. So that's just to kind of give you a general overview or a general sense of how this session is going. Please get out your notes, prepare in your mind that you are not leaving this session without something, because I know that numerous nuggets of wisdom are going to be shared here that can help you propel your business, propel all that you do onto a whole new level. All right. Now, it is impossible for me to talk about the business model, or so even in terms of like the team says, having an excellent proposal. Now, proposal is a tool you use to communicate your plan, right? Your proposal is the tool you use to communicate your plan. So even for you to have an excellent proposal, you must first have an excellent plan. So it's talking about an excellent business proposal. It's not about you. It's not about the fineness of your writing, or that's not the goal of this session, or how to make a very beautiful. All those things are key in a PowerPoint presentation. But it is the content. What is the plan? What is the meat of the business? That is what you are going to be pushing to either an investor, even the bank, or friends and family that are looking to to invest in your business, or even whatever the case might be. You need to have a clear business model or a clear business plan. Now, but let's just ask a question, and let's start from here. Before we talk about a plan, a proposal, what is a business? If you go online, there are numerous definitions of what a business is, right? There are numerous definitions, but the definition I want us to run by today, or to work with today, is definition that says that a business is an entity set up with the primary goal of creation, delivery, and capturing value. An entity that is set up with the primary goal of creating, delivering, and capturing value. Now, every time most of us think about business, the first thing that comes to mind is we want to make money. I want to make a revenue, money. So that money that you make from selling something is what you call revenue. Now, when you make money, that is value to you. You are capturing value. Now, but what you also realize is that making money is not enough. Getting revenue alone is not enough, because there is a cost to that revenue. And the moment the cost to that revenue is higher than the revenue that you are getting, you are really not capturing any value. Rather, you are destroying value. So, for example, you want to go into the business of selling mobile phones, and you buy this lovely Samsung phone that you want to sell. You buy that Samsung phone for 100,000 naira, and then you sell that phone for 70,000 naira or 50,000 naira. You cannot say, see, can you imagine? I've made 50,000 naira, but you spend 100,000 naira for you. So what you have done is you have not created value. You have destroyed 50 to 70 or 50 to 100. That is not the goal. That is not how businesses are set up. Now, the other extreme is creation of value, which is, I want people to pay me. That is what we want. I'm looking for a business. When somebody tells you I'm looking for a business that I can do, what they're invariably telling you is that I'm looking for a means for somebody to pay me. What can somebody pay me for? How can I capture value? But the only way you can capture value is where you create value. There must be something you are giving, because people are not, except you are a beggar. So if you want to capture value without creating value, there are two things. You are either a beggar or a criminal. That is what crime is. Somebody goes and robs somebody. They have captured value. They've captured money. But they have not given any value in return for that one. So when you are trying to capture value, 419, Yahoo, you are trying to capture value. You are collecting value from people without giving value in return. Again, that is not business. So Yahoo is not a business. Kidnapping is not a business. Armed robbery is not a business. Because for something to be a business, you must first and foremost create value and be able to capture value. Now, but there's between the value that you create and value that you capture, there is a gap. How do I transfer the value that I create to the people that I'm going to capture it from? That is called delivering of value. I've spent enough time kind of laying the foundation of what a business is. And then we are going to go into, from having this at the back of our mind, we are going to go into what is a business model. What is a business model? Now, from Wikipedia, I took two definitions, one from Wikipedia and one from Investopedia. Wikipedia describes a business as the rationale, that's the thinking of how an organization, a business, creates a gain, delivers a gain, and captures value. So, in economic, social, cultural, and other contexts. Now, let me kind of quickly spend a minute or two to explain this. Yes, we've already known that a business is an entity set up to create, deliver, and capture value. We know that. They're not saying that your model is saying, how do you want to create this value? How do you want to deliver this value? How do you want to capture this value? In economic, social, cultural, or other, in any way, how do you want to get this done? Another definition is, in simple terms, how do you want to make money? How do you want to make a profit? This is the basic concept of a business plan. So in preparing a business plan, right, there can be numerous audiences for your business plan. It can be for a potential investor. What you are telling that is the first investor, this is how I plan to make money. This is how I plan to ensure that you don't lose your money. That is why a proposal or a plan is relevant. Or for yourself, because a lot of us go into business without clarity. You will hear, somebody called me the other day and said, she heard that there's so much money in agri that if you don't go into agri, you can never lose money. Without properly considering the model of how am I going to make money from agri, you go into agri, you put money there, before you know it, you've lost all your money. And you say agri is bad. Agri is not bad. There is no sector in this world. There is no sector in this world that you cannot make money from. None. People are making money from packing feces. I can remember where I used to live before. There was a company that used to pack feces, soak away. Used to pack soak away. The name of the company was maybe their name or their theme was Owo Gbe Irun. That's the money of feces doesn't smell. So you can make money from anything. You can make money from sand, make money from stone. You cannot sit down and make money from looking fine. You are a model. There's nothing you can't make money from. So it's not about what can I do. The opportunities for capturing value. So anytime I talk about making money, I'm talking about capturing value. So the opportunities for capturing value are enormous. The question is, which one is relevant to you? Which one do you have the competence for? Which one do you have the skills for? Which one do you have the passion in? Which one do you have the interest in? Passion for and interest in. And unfortunately, like most of us you do, nobody can tell you which business you can be successful in. You can only seek counsel. It must come from within if you are an entrepreneur. People can guide you, give you suggestions. If that business is going to succeed, it's just like it's just like marriage. Nobody can tell you this is who you want to marry, because if they even force you to marry that person, they are not going to live in that marriage with you. So somebody comes and tells you, okay, go into petrol business. Okay, when you begin to see the problem, are they going to be inside that problem with you? No, you are there on your own. So I've looked at all of this. It is wide. This concept that I'm bringing to you now, and it's something that people use a semester to learn in business school, and I'm trying to deliver it in 15 minutes. It's called the concept of the business model canvas. Now, the reason why I said, I could come here and spend 30 minutes and speak to you, and then there's nothing tangible that you can say, let me go and research on, and let me go and build on, because 30 minutes, 25 minutes will never be enough to, no matter the concept that is what it means, it will never be enough to exhaust it. So I'm introducing to you a concept, a framework is used by multinationals and is applicable to every business. If it was not applicable to every business, I will not bring it to you. We at Fast Scissors use this business. Facebook is using it. Twitter is in this model. Twitter is using it. I won't be surprised Dangote is using it too. Because it is a very simple tool that helps you aggregate everything that your business is about. It's called the business model canvas. You can write that down, go to Google, search business model canvas, go to YouTube, search business model canvas, and it will help you. You will see a lot, that you can learn from and apply. All right. So what is the business model canvas? Now we already know what the business is. We already know what the business model is. What is the business model canvas? The business model canvas is a set tool that helps a business owner or business manager aggregate all the components and the moving parts of their business. It helps you bring together everything that you need to keep in mind as you are stepping into your business, or as you are growing your business, or you are expanding your business. And this tool is relevant for both the new business as it is for the already existing business. Because of time, I need to dive straight into it. The first thing you need to understand, and then, so even if you look at a business plan, if you look at anything you look at, what you will discover is that these are the concepts of any plan that you want to have. This is what it takes. And the truth is this: if you're already in business, let me say this, as I go along, if we're already in business, what you will discover is that a number of these things that I'm talking about are things that you are already doing, but you are not doing consciously. There are things that you do in your mind, you do on your bed. So the first thing about the business model canvas, or the business model, which is the most important thing, is who is my customer, the customer segment. Who is my customer? So as you begin to think about your business, the businesses that are sustainable, that can grow, are businesses that take our time to think, who is my customer? And here's the funny thing. I'm going to give you an example for the purpose of this session. We are going to use a barbing salon. So you will not think it's only our company that can use business model canvas. We are going to use a barbing salon as an example case to describe how to use the business model canvas. So I want to start a barbing salon today. I want to start a hairdressing company today. I must ask, who is my business? Who is my customer? Do you know that if you have a barbing salon in Banana Island, right? And maybe they cut hair in Banana Island for 5,000 naira or 2,500 naira, and you say, I want to capture all of the people in Banana Island. You now start charging 150 for cutting hair. Do you know that your business might not survive? Your business might fail, and you say, there's no money in barbing. There's money in barbing, but your business, you don't know who your customer is. Why would your business fail? Because the people in Banana Island have put a premium on their perception of value. If this guy is good and he knows what he's doing, why will he be charging 150 naira to cut hair that we cut at 5,000 naira? This guy is not this. I can't cut my hair here. I'll go and cut my hair in the guy that's collecting 5,000. That is how those people that live there think. Now, what about their driver? The question is this: if you look at the population of the people in Banana Island, how many of them are residents of the island? How many of them are domestic staff? I would assume that you have more residents on the island than domestic staff. And a lot of those drivers don't live in that Banana Island. They come from somewhere else, and they will cut their hair near their house. So even those people will not come and cut their hair with you. And because you have set your store in Banana Island, they will just assume that you are expensive. Even if your money is 150 naira, they will tell you that they are costing 100 naira in Okoko. That is why it's important that no matter the business you are setting up, you must understand who your customer is, number one. Now, when you understand who your customer is, then you go to number two. How can I deliver value to this customer? What is my value proposition? Sometimes people say that value proposition is, what makes you different. Yes, maybe what makes you different. Sometimes it's what makes you the same. What are people paying you for? So does it mean that anybody that can cut hair, people are paying me to cut hair? Yes, you get some people to pay for that. But I can say, but what makes me different is the way I friction the hair. When I give it shape like this, is one in town. That alone is. So sometimes your value proposition doesn't have to be something very, nobody has seen it before in this world. Sometimes it's your value proposition. When in my own barbing salon, all the barbing salon in my area, they don't have AC. You are cutting your hair in the cool of the AC. But you must understand why will your customer choose you. There's something my pastor used to say to some departments. He would say that, see, if you are a church, why will you come to your own church? If you are a house fellowship, why will you attend your own house fellowship? So you must ask yourself, why will I pay myself for the service I render? That is the concept of value proposition. It applies to everything, even to churches. It applies. Number 3 is channel. How do I transfer this? Because of time, I'm sorry, guys. You can always read up on these things, but I need to make it as on point as possible. Number 3 is channel. How do I ensure that I communicate? What channel am I going to use to communicate to my customer? So I set up a barbing salon, but because I didn't use a business model canvas and think of how will people know that I'm here, I didn't remember to put a signboard outside. That is your channel. Signboard is the way for people to know that your barbing salon is there. Or even if it is that, instead of having an opaque door, you have a transparent door, so that when people are passing, they see that it's here they are cutting here, because you can't have a barbing salon inside your bedroom. Most of us, we do these things, but we are very deliberate to think about it. The next thing is, what is my relationship with my customers? There are 4 barbing salons around here. Why would they choose me? Yes, when they come into the barbing salon to cut their hair, I'm always gisting with them, or I'm always playing radio. I ask about them, ask about their family. So there's another level of connection. You must be deliberate. Or when you come to my barbing salon, I collect your number. Every week I'm sending you health tips to say, if on WhatsApp, make sure you remember to cream your hair. I'm using barbing salon because it's like one of the simplest business model that you can have. And it will show that even if I can use the same thing for you want to sell pepper, we can use the same model. And then you'll be wondering why some businesses are standing out and some other businesses in that same sector are struggling. It's because of what they know. It's because of the tools they know. So that is what customer relationship is about. To say, what kind of relationships do I need to have with my customer? Is it high touch? If your customer is in Okoko, will he appreciate you sending them health tips? This service, if your customer is in Banana Island. Remember, everything ties back to the customer. The next is revenue stream. Revenue stream is simply saying, how do I make money? Okay, I have created value. I have identified the person that I'm going to make the money from. Identified the value that I want to give to them. I've identified how I'm going to tell them that I'm here. I've identified how I'm going to relate with them. The next thing is, how do I make money? As simple as that is. So the normal thing is, for a barbing salon, remember, I'm using barbing salon. The normal thing is when people come and cut their hair, they pay me for cutting their hair. What if I go and meet them and say, you know what, guys, can we have a subscription model? How many times you cut your hair every 2 weeks? That is, and you pay 1,000 naira every 2 weeks. So you pay me 2,000 naira a month. In 3 months, you would have paid me 6,000 naira. Guess what? If you pay me today in advance, you can be cutting your hair at 5,000 naira for the next 3 months. Or instead of 24,000 naira a year, if you pay me today. So this is the principle that the likes of DSTV is using. They call it subscription model. If you pay me in advance, it's just because you are thinking it through. Now, when that person pays you in advance, 2 things. Number 1, you cannot lose that customer because he's forced to cut his hair with you. Number 2, that 20,000 naira, you have invested it in something else, and it's giving you returns. Instead of collecting it in December, there's a concept called the time value of money. That 1,000 naira I collect today is more valuable than 1,000 I collect this time next year, because of inflation and all of those other things. Moving with speed now, I have 5 minutes to go. Or less than 5 minutes to go. The moment I identify how I'm going to make money, just so this thing forces us to think beyond the normal, right? The next thing is, what are the key activities I need to do to be able to be successful, to deliver this value to this customer? I must be a skillful barber. I must keep my stock clean. I must have light, I must have generator, so you are documenting it so that it's not like when your customer come, that's when you remember that I don't have generator. I must do marketing, I must have signboard outside. The next thing is, what are the key resources? So key activities are the things you need to do. Key resources talks about things like maybe equipment. Do I need staff? What kind of internal controls do I need? So for example, you are doing your barbing salon is a side hustle. What will it cost me to put a CCTV in my barbing salon? Even though I'm not there, I can be checking every 20 minutes to see if they are cutting here and counting how many heads they are cutting. Key resource. What kind of clipper am I going to buy? What kind of brush? What kind of what's that thing called, spray, am I going to buy for my barbing salon? Are there special partnerships that I need? Number 8, key partnerships. Man, I need to open a bank account. I need, as simple as it is, I'm opening a barbing salon. Your mind is, let me be keeping the money in my pocket. No, the business model canvas helps you think about the things you need to do to ensure that your business is sustainable. I need to open a bank account for my barbing salon. I need to have somebody that is supplying me. Where is the cheapest place I can get dusting powder and air freshener in the market? What kind of distributors and suppliers do I need to make sure that I'm successful? Again, I'm using the barbing salon. And finally is the cost structure. Now, for me to capture value, remember, there is a paradigm between my revenue and my cost. So now in number 5, I've looked at revenue. Number 9, I'm looking at the cost, because the difference between my revenue, my income, the sales that I'm making, the money that I'm making, and the cost, what is costing me to make that money, is what is the real value that I've been able to capture. So what do I need to set up my barbing salon? I need a mirror. I need brush. I need this. Now, in calculating your money in your revenue, do you consider the cost of your rent? Do you consider the cost of all those things that you are buying? Do you consider the cost of your own salary? A lot of us don't pay ourselves salary. And we just combine the business money with our own personal money. You need to understand all of this to help you put your business in context and make you be. So a lot of times, what causes inertia? Why it's difficult for us to make business decisions? Because we are not sure. We are not sure if we are omitting something. What if I didn't see something and something goes wrong? The business model canvas helps you attend to that. I'm out of time. The next slide also shows you an example of the business model canvas Facebook. We all know Facebook. So on the bottom extreme is a company like a barbing salon. This is an extreme. It looks like their customer. Who are my customers? For Facebook, they have the normal internet users. They have the people that are doing advertisement and marketing on the Facebook, and then they have the business developer. And you can see, if you look through each of those things, you can see, okay, they're saying for normal internet user, revenue stream. Let me just look at something. I don't know if you can see the screen. Revenue stream. Look at internet user. How am I going to make money from internet user? I'm not going to make money. The service is free for them. How am I going to make money from advertisers? They are going to be paying for adverts. They talked about it. It's not a mistake. So guess what? When Facebook started and nobody was paying, they already knew that it is a temporary thing, because in future, I have another market, which is advertiser, that are going to be paying the advertisement revenue. And then for the developers, payment revenue, they are going to be paying me if they want to connect their apps. Maybe somebody wants to connect Facebook to their website to do some kind of thing. That is how they are going to be paying me. So I can't go into each and every one of these again because of time, but this just shows you an example of, what a business model can be. And guess what? The story is not much. So you can have this kind of a thing and hang it in your house, hang it in your room, just post-it notes, just bullet points. And in looking at that, you can see your whole business and see what you are missing out. Because of time, sir, I would like to, end this session here. There is still a lot we could have delved so deep into, but we might not be able to. But I want to encourage you, just take this as an introductory tool. Go out there, get resources, talk to people, do research, and there are tools you can use to grow, expand your existing business, and to grow to set up your new business. Thank you very much.
All right. Wow. I'm very sure you all have been extremely, I'm sure you have been, a lot of things you've gotten from this particular series. And see, of course, this is just whetting your appetite. There's so much more you can glean from him. Please write your questions down. I'm sure you have questions for him. We won't just take the questions now. We'll take the questions after the other 2 sessions are done, and then we will now have questions and answer for that. So just prepare your questions for him for this particular one. I'm sure that it even scratched the surface. He just went through those a bit, gave you tidbits to whet your appetite for more. Now, you need to understand, I have been to his factory. You don't want to understand, the magnanimity of this factory is so enormous. What God is doing, now this, because this is a church we're doing, so we're doing this for people, because we believe so much that God wants to, I believe, let me tell you the truth, I believe, the reason why we're setting this program together, because I believe God wants to raise the next business giants, even because you get giants from change, and because the post-COVID, the COVID-19 just came in, there's a change that has taken place all over the world right now, and God is about raising giants in businesses right now that will do exploits, and you are those people. You are part of those giants.